What's up, guys? Welcome back to Country Bunkers Trains. Hope you're doing well. I've taken a little bit of a break this past week from working on the layout rebuild, and I've just been running and enjoying some trains. I found all work and no play is not that much fun. But yeah, I've been having a blast running the trains this past week, not doing a whole bunch of anything. But while running this past week, I figured we haven't done a review on an engine in quite a while. It's been a minute since we've done one. I figured today we'd take a quick look at an engine on the layout. We've got a monster to check out today. This beast is huge. This engine set is the biggest engine set on the layout. This set measures in over 4 feet long at 51 3/4 inches long. Like I say, an absolute beast. This, of course, is the MTH Premier New Haven Alco PA set. Absolutely gorgeous. Obviously, this is one complete engine set. However, technically, you can't really consider it a set, at least in my mind. You have to buy these or purchase these separate sale. MTH no longer offers complete ABA sets sold as a kit or a set. They used to with the old Protosound 2. The trailing powered A or the rear powered A was controlled by a slave board via a tether from the main board in the front A. However, it was found that the slave board had issues, so MTH did away from doing that. So from now on, or from then on, you have to buy these engines separately. So the front A was a single purchase, the rear A was a single purchase, and the B unit in the middle was a single purchase. Some people prefer it this way, others do not. You can buy the A's as powered or dummy. It just depends on how you want to look at it. These, however, did come from the same catalog, same year, and they're the same engine. They just have different road numbers. For instance, this front engine, which is powered, is 0775. The rear A is a powered A as well. That's numbered 0778. But anyways, like I was saying, both of these A's that you see here are their own engine. They're both powered. They can be run in a lash-up, such as what you see here, or run independently if you didn't want to run them in a lash-up. Both of these came out in the 2019 Volume 2 catalog and were delivered January of 2020. They feature detailed ABS body, die-cast truck sides, pilots, and fuel tanks, metal chassis, handrails, and horns, movable roof fans, metal body side grills, hand-painted engineer figures in the cabs, metal wheels, axles, and gears, operating remote protocoupler on each end, Katy coupler compatible mounting pads, Rule 17 lighting, constant voltage LED headlights, cab interior, number boards, and marker lights, 2 flywheel-equipped motors in both A's, operating proto smoke, of course. They are DCC compatible for 2-rail operation. They come equipped with Protosound 3 with passenger station sounds, which we'll get to hear in a few minutes. One single A measures 16 3/4 inches long, and amazingly, as big as these engines are, MTH advertises the minimum recommended curve for these engines as 031. And believe it or not, it's true. I gave it a try on one of my 031 loops behind me on the second layout, and it ran through the 031 curves with no issue. Pretty typical MTH Premier pieces. Like I say, absolutely beautiful. Great paintwork, bunch of great detail. You can see the cab figures in there. And the wipers, spring-loaded doors. Like I say, just some really nice pieces. The B unit is not powered. I do wish they would put a smoke unit in a B unit. That would be pretty cool. You got the 2 smoking A's on each side or end. It would be pretty nice if they could put a smoke unit inside the B unit. I don't know how that would work though. As I mentioned earlier, both of the powered A's feature operating protocouplers, one on each end of the locomotive. However, also included in the box, along with the traction tires and the little bottle of smoke fluid, is these dummy couplers and a little wired resistor or capacitor that you can use to replace the operating couplers. The reason for this is the operating couplers are quite long, and if wanting to run a lash-up such as this, there's quite a bit bigger gap between the engines here. About a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch more of a gap here as compared to this dummy coupler that is currently installed. Obviously it still has a little bit of a gap, but it has pulled it up closer together quite a bit. One thing to note, if you want to swap to these dummy couplers, they come with a little wired-in resistor, capacitor, or relay that has to be plugged in to where the proto coupler or the operating coupler was originally plugged into or at. If you do not plug the little resistor or capacitor in, you run and risk damaging the Protosound 3 board on the engine. It's a very important step. It's not that hard to do. You do have to take the shell off of the frame and then, just a couple screws to remove the coupler. If I remember correctly, I did have to cut a zip tie that was holding the harness for the coupler to the frame. But again, that was pretty easy. You just got to ensure to plug in that new resistor or capacitor. That way you're not hurting the board on the engine in the long run. This set is a fairly recent arrival here to the layout. Picked it up several months ago. This past Christmas we went up to Michigan to visit family for the holidays, and while there paid a visit to Stockyard Express in Ohio. And yeah, like I say, picked it up as a little Christmas present to myself while there. Or I guess I should say a big Christmas present. But like I say, beautiful set. While we were there at Stockyard, I also picked up this beautiful MTH Premier New Haven Observation passenger car to go along with the other passenger cars. I featured these passenger cars a little while ago in another video with the New Haven FA that you can see back there. I'd have to say this is one of my personal favorites at the moment. I really enjoy this engine. As I've stated before, I'm a huge sucker for the New Haven colors. The New Haven paint scheme is probably my favorite. And as I was stating earlier, even though this is a huge engine set, it's very small layout friendly. It has no problems negotiating the tighter radius curves and handles them with ease. Previously, before this layout expansion, it was mainly 042 track work, and this engine had no problem negotiating any of it. Obviously, yeah, it looks a hell of a lot better here on this 082 curve and these 072 loops as well. But like I say, it's very small layout friendly. And she is one hell of a smoker. A typical MTH, great smoke unit. Hell, I think the diesels smoke more than the steam engines, but hey, I'll take it. It's all in good fun. Anyways, guys, enough talk. Let's go ahead and fire this beauty up. Obviously, as I stated earlier, she's running in a lash-up. I currently have the sounds on in the rear power day as well. Normally, when you create a lash-up, all the sounds come from the front powered unit. But like I say, I've got it set up for sounds in both at the moment because that's the way I enjoy it. It sounds really good. The horn on this one has a very nice echoey sound to it. So when both horns are playing out of both of the powered units, it sounds amazing. But let's fire her up. Here's the horn. And the bell. As I mentioned earlier, she sports passenger station announcements, which we'll get to hear here in a little bit. But let's go ahead and move her out.
She ran great.
I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little video on the MTH Premier New Haven Alco PA. If you did, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It would be much appreciated. Until next time, guys, my name is Zach, and this is Country Bunkers Trains. Y'all take care. I'll see you the next go-round.